got to say.
Ka pai. Tēnā tātou, tuana hau ki te tuku, te whakapua ki ngā whakaaro te Pāti Māori mo te ture e kia nei ko te Crime Staff by Employer Amendment Bill. E nei kōrero ka tuku ki te reo Māori. Tika tonu, kua rote iwi Māori e noho nei ki roto ki te rāngai kaimahi o te motu. No ngā 5 tekau, 6 tekau, 7 tekau, tōia mai o mātou tipuna ki ro taone, noho ai he kaimahi. No reira taua ao kei te marama nui nei te iwi Māori ki e nei tu āhuatanga. No reira hei tākiri i te ia o aku kore, tikana kia mihi ki te tangata nei kia koe apare hama. Abraham, tēnā koe, hara mai tōia mai o whakaaro nui hei wete mo tēnei whare. Hākua, kua kore e tino whai whakaaro nui tēnei whare ki te manene, ki te tangata whenua, ki te iwi prauri i roto i ngā tau. No reira, e nā tū āwangawanga, e nā tū wero, katoa o te hunga take, katoa mai ki roto ki ngā kōrero, no reira tēnā koe apare hama. No reira kei te pika, e hara i te meka tōwaitia ngā kōrero, e tika tonu ana, ko tā te iwi Māori e mea ana, kia kotahi te ture. Kia kotahi te ture, kia mana o kupu, kia māia tō ki ngā tikanga. No reira, mena he tikanga rua tō te whare, tō te tāhuhu o te ture rānei, whakatika hia. Ko te wā tuatoru pēr tēnei, tuatoru, kua tūau ki te kōrero mo tētai pire, kua roa e noho waikura ana i roto i tēnei whare. Ka te hanganei kaore tēnei whare mo te whaiwhai haere i ngā ture kua roa e taka he nei, katahi ka hoki mai ki te whakatika me te patipati tōna no tuara. No reira, kei te tautoko atu mātou, marika, kia kotahi te ture, aha kua kai pakihi, aha kua kai mahi rāne. Anā ko tāku e āpiti nei ki ngā kōrero, ko te iwi Māori kua roa e noho hunga kai mahi ana, i roto i ngā rāngai mahi katoa tēnei motu. No reira, ko ia tā mātou e mea nei kei te tautoko ake, tika tonu kia kotahi te ture, tika tonu kia hāngai te kupu o te whare ki tōna mana, e ai te wāhi ki aia, ki te kore, hei aha mā te whare. No reira, ka waihohi ake ki reira, kei te tautoko mātou i te pire, tēnā tātou.
And I love it how there's the subtitles on there because I can probably only get half of that.
Yeah. Relatable.
Yeah, it was. I really liked how he talked about, one law for all, which is a really interesting phrase to use because I think that's often used by those on the right side of the spectrum.
Yeah, the ACT Party.
And in this case, this law is actually making the law more equitable, balancing the rights of employers and employees and making them more balanced. And so I think that was a really clever way to describe that, and also for him to pay tribute to Abraham as well, and kind of the solidarity between migrant workers and Te Ao Māori. So I think it was a good speech, and it was good to have the Māori Party's involvement and support throughout the readings as well.
Sorry, my cat decided to try and crash the stream. But yeah, I think it's great that Te Pāti Māori is speaking up on this issue because wage theft does impact Māori people. It's impacted members of my family. Say, hey, can you work overtime? Oh, no, we're not going to pay you for that overtime. Hey, can you work for this amount of money? Can you work for under minimum wage? Yeah, I've seen this before.
Now, I want to ask, recess week this week, are you coming down to Wellington or you're staying up in Auckland?
I'm going to Wellington for one day. During the reshuffle, we've had a change of our whips team, so I'm going to be moving out of my my office into a different office. But otherwise, I wouldn't usually be in Wellington.
Now, does that mean your whip status goes up, or are you no longer a whip?
I'm no longer a whip. No, so we've had a current whips team for the chief and junior whip for over 2 years, and yeah, it's time to let someone else have a go. So. Very pleased to be able to hand that responsibility on to someone else, but it does mean I have to move offices, which is a bit of a pain.
So are you moving from Parliament House to Bowen House or somewhere like that?
No, there's no one in Bowen House at the moment because of earthquake concerns, I think. So it's just moving down the corridor really, but Tracy McClellan will get my nice big junior whip's office, and I'll move into a slightly...
Does she get your old direct dial number, or does that have to get reprogrammed?
I think that just goes with me. Very few people call my direct dial. I did have one memorable call from the Taxpayers Union, who I think were very surprised that I answered it directly, just at the start of the term. But for some reason, I don't seem to get many calls through that number.
Oh, I remember for years used to ring up Jan Logie's one back in the day, but this is back in the day where unlimited cell phone call plans didn't exist. So I do remember quite often, I think at one stage I do remember it being off by heart, but also learned one thing, if you want to get an EA, it was one number different.
Yeah, no, I loved working with Jan. She was a great person to work with. So, you know, I don't remember calling her direct dial, but I always love my conversations with her. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
No worries. Thank you so much for your interest.
Yeah, no problem. Well, it's a bill that we're pretty much been following, and it's been over there. I know Ibrahim couldn't make it tonight because I think when he said yes, I don't think he took Ramadan into account.
No, and I think it's something that I often make the mistake, and I don't remember about Ramadan. I often feel really bad about that. So thank you for being so accommodating, understanding that that's obviously a thing that he needs to be doing. But really pleased to be here to represent us both, and it really was a team effort, and just couldn't meet a nicer man than Ibrahim. So I'm sure he would have loved to have been here to talk about his journey.
And actually, the weird thing is, for the last week, it's been recommending his previous participation on the show as an episode I should rewatch on YouTube. Yeah. So it's been very interesting throughout the whole what it recommends where. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to show up on your YouTube feed soon or not.
Maybe it will. I think my kids are mainly on my YouTube, so probably they could do with watching a few more political speeches.
Yeah, get them.
Oh, you can always share
rather than kind of get dressed with me and whatever other things they watch on YouTube. Anyway, lovely to meet you both. Thank you so much for your interest. Really appreciate your support with us.
It really does. The first MP on the show, we don't normally have them because we consider it as a conflict of interest. But once the bill's passed, it's no longer a conflict of interest.
That's great. Well, hopefully I have another one passed and I can come back.
Oh, fingers crossed. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye out and cover it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok.